Hey people, how you guys doing? John Crump here. If you can do me a big favor, make sure you have those notifications turned on because for some reason a lot of people got their notifications turned off and I'm not really sure exactly why. I'm not going to state that it's some type of YouTube conspiracy, but I think it's probably just some type of bug. But just make sure you have your notifications on, make sure you're still subscribed because a lot of people have been unsubscribed for some reason. So yeah, so we're going to be talking about the F1 race that happened last night and a couple of hotels. I know of at least two that did a gun search during the race. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So here we go on this lovely Sunday morning. We're going to be talking about the F1 race that happened in Vegas. If you're not an F1 fan, there is a big race that happens every year in Vegas. It goes right down the Vegas Strip, around Vegas, around the eye, whatever the big ball thing is. And it happens every year. During this year, during the race, and before the race, actually, a couple of hotels, particularly Paris, and the Flamingo, which are right on the strip, conducted a search of everyone's room with security. What they're looking for is guns. They stated that this has to do with the Mandalay Bay thing that happened back in 2019. I did find a video of it, and at first I wasn't sure if this video was legit or not, but it actually matches up, and I was able to confirm that it is. It is from the Flamingo, and it is exactly what we said. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share this out here. This is from a guy that was there. And for some reason, I cannot make it bigger, but whatever. Actually, let me just. It's not up, not making it bigger. All right. I'm just going to have to go through it like this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share this video so you can see exactly what happened here. What the fuck? All right. Hold on. Okay. Share screen. This is one of the videos I found here. And let me just go. So this is them searching for guns in the Flamingo. Like I said, I've also have reports that it was also happening in Paris, and they were trying to prevent, according to them, another Stephen Paddock situation, which I said his name. I shouldn't have said his name, but another Vegas shooting, and they searched every room. Now this brings up a couple questions. First, does does the fact that you are occupying that room give you Fourth Amendment protections against illegal searches and seizures? I would say it does. But those aren't cops; those are security. And when you stay there, maybe you sign a contract saying that you will allow them in there. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at my agreement with the links where I'm staying at for SHOT Show to see if that is there. If there is no agreement and they demanded to be let in, then that could be an issue because you have the same rights as a renter when you rent a hotel room, unless you give them permission. So I don't know what the agreements is at the Paris or the Flamingo. I am still looking into that to see if any type of lawsuit is possible. But once you give them permission to come into your room, then you kind of waive that. So you would have to deny them permission, and then, yep. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what exactly happened. Um, I'm sure if somebody would have said, "No, you're not allowed to search my room," they probably would have been kicked out of the hotel room, which would have led to a lawsuit. But this is a scary thing that these people are coming into your room searching for guns. And here it is. Here's the big point. In Vegas, guns are illegal. Now, I know a lot of hotels want to ban guns, and they were talking about putting AI gun detectors in their hotels, but we all know that they don't really work. So, whatever. I do know a couple years ago, a couple people had guns packed when they went to SHOT Show and had to check them into an armory. Other people who were carrying concealed didn't have to do that. But we're going to have to see exactly what comes of this. I haven't seen anyone reporting on this. I heard about it from a couple of people I know there, and I searched and I found a couple videos like the one I just showed you of them searching rooms during the F1 event or before the F1 event. I'm sure more will come out about this, but it is definitely interesting, and I am waiting to cover it more once I get through reading through all the hotel agreements and everything else. So we're gonna have to see exactly what happens here. Yeah, they might detect more salt Doritos if they put up gun detection systems in the hotels in Vegas. That was an interesting story. All right, guys. I hope you have a great Sunday. Flying Rich should be here soon. I'm going to church and out to lunch because I do that stuff on Sundays. But then I'm probably gonna meet up with Flying Rich and his wife later on, maybe even dark. We'll have to see. But yep, that's it. All right, guys. I want you guys to have a great weekend. Have a great Sunday. Have a happy 4th of July weekend. If you're traveling this weekend, be safe, be kind, and yep, keep your gun on you. That's all I have to say. And with that, I'm out of here. See you later. Bye.